This month's prompts are by Lucy. Happy Take 5 Day, February 2021 edition. Our first prompt is Stencil. I am so excited to be doing the challenge again, and I am very much looking forward to catching up on all of the prompts that I missed. Second prompt is textured background. You guys know that I love, love, love texture paste, and ever since I finally figured out how to do it properly, or well enough, this is one of my favorite things to do with mixed media. I am so excited to be doing this again. I have been missing in action for quite a few months now, and I am so, so sorry. I kept promising myself that I wouldn't let it, be one more month, be one more month, and then, the year ended, and here I am. I finally figured out my life. I hope, fingers crossed. Yes, I dried in between the just now and this layer in order for me to put the stencil down over the other stuff that was already there. I'm just adding a whole lot of stars. I really love this stencil. I've used it before. I have an entire playlist full of take fives, and if you guys need a little inspiration or something to play with, let me tell you, take five definitely just gives you uh, something fun to play with, gets you out of your comfort zone. Okay, so I've had these. I don't even know what they are, to be honest with you. It's like lip gloss. I'm kidding. It's made to look like lip gloss. It's a Jane Davenport from Michaels product. I had no idea what it was, and I was just like, these colors are pretty. I have this here. Why not try them? This stuff did not move at all. I put water on it thinking that I could move it around. It's just, and it was never gonna like blend. No, 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 Anna, just stop. uh, no worries. I pulled out some acrylic paints and got to mixing. And luckily, this stuff is opaque enough that it covered up that other pastel-y type stuff. I don't even know what to do with that now. If you have that product, or maybe I just need to go and watch a video or something. Anywho, I'm adding a little bit more um, just to cover the entire page. I love these three colors together in watercolor, and if you guys watch me do any of my watercoloring, purple, blue, and pink, I always go there. And of course, I found them here in my acrylic thing. So I'm going for a Celestial Vibes, which is our third prompt for today. Um, yeah, just adding more color and trying some swirls. I thought, for a minute, I thought this was a good idea. And then I went all lightning bolt. I don't know what I was trying to do. I think I was still playing with texture. I really, really love, layering stuff. Okay, so this was, uh, I don't know. I had already messed up with the kind of the patterns with the purple, and then I brought this other color in thinking we could do something, but I hated it the minute I saw it. So I end up going right back to those first three colors, painting over the everything on the lower level is already dry. So go right back to those three colors that I was working with, and let those dry. And now I am going for gold, which is prompt number 4. I grabbed that stencil with the stars, and apparently this is not the way to do it, because a bunch of my stars were all messed up and blurry, and I just did not care for it. So I figured I'd just move it all around and add lots and lots of gold. At some point, I do start rubbing off some of that texture paste, and I start getting annoyed at the fact that I've not thought this out better. So I go for my white ink, which is my favorite thing to make the speckle effect. Um, I grabbed another stencil, I wanted a pattern so badly. Uh, this this wasn't the way either. Oh boy. I think I need one of those brushes with like the really, really hairy ones. I don't know. Maybe ink was not the proper thing to do either. At this point, I'm using Winsor Newton gold ink. Then I have this other stencil, and I'm like, okay, let's try that. I'm really trying, guys. I could have left well enough alone, but no, no, I just wanted to keep going and adding and adding. I was having fun. That's what it was. I wanted to play with all the things. Um, and I'm not going to lie, I am also a little rusty, so I didn't have, not that I ever really have a plan, actually. Uh, I, mm, I grabbed this very inky spray, and that's purple splatter. I should have stood back a little bit more because I really did leave it like all in one spot. Um, got that stencil again, and luckily I've left this pretty flat. There's no texture underneath the bubble because I knew that I would be writing in there, which is why I've had to trace it on like 3 different occasions. I'm trying to add a couple of stars and just like little doodle um, spritz. I don't know what they're called. I don't know. They're little stars. I'm just trying to add a little more detail into the splatter. There's a lot of splatter going on, a lot of gold. And, you know, I have complained about Posca pens in the past, but I've got to say today, this particular page worked really well. So thank you, Posca pen. We've had a love-hate relationship. If you guys have watched other of my Take Fives. So lots of little stars, little crosses, little bursts, because I am procrastinating the last prompt. Little doodly border. That's one of Kira's things. Kira being one of the other ladies. There are 12 of us ladies doing the Take 5. Every month, one of us picks 5 prompts, and we all create something. And we have our videos here on YouTube. Okay, here is prompt number 5, positive phrase or quote, and I am as lazy as they come, and this is the best I came up with. Also, the speech bubble was pretty small, so so yes, I can, in my fancy hand lettering. So like I was saying, there are 12 of us all around the world doing the prompts, and we post our videos on YouTube on the last day of every month, and we invite you all to participate. If you want to make a video, tag one of us in it, and we will add you to Kira's playlist. And if you share it on Instagram, make sure that you're using hashtag Take5Art. I can't stop. I have to keep adding things. At this point, I'm just trying to use every single pen I own. This is I was going for like lots of moons or, I don't know, celestial bodies, planets, I guess. And in the end, it was the Uniball Signo that came through. Uh, It was the only one I could see through all the layers of colors and speckle that this poor page has. I had a lot of fun though. I did enjoy getting back to this project. So this was a nice, fun thing to do with the postcard because it does it does tend to dry out, and so I usually make a mess by making a pool of ink. This time I got to use it to my advantage, so it's nice to have a technique that actually works. Okay, so I filmed this in 2 different days. so you just saw me wear one shirt and now I have a different one. I left it alone for overnight and it was bugging me. It felt like it needed something. So I consulted my friend Shanice, who is also here in doing the challenge, and she said, "Yeah, you're missing kind of like a focal point." And then um, she said, "What about like a celestial body, like a, you know?" And I was just like, "Yes!" And immediately this kind of meditation pose came to mind, and I was just like, "Oh, she saved my project." Um, Shanice and I collab a lot. Uh, we come up with a lot of different projects in the past, and um, part of uh, part of the fun of the Take Five is the fact that I have one of my very close friends doing it with me, so that we can share secrets. um, Once I have the figure, I decide that I don't want to have her kind of just like sitting there floating. Um, and from the back, it could have been really easy to just like pretend like she was sitting from the back, or just, I don't know, wasn't a she, was just an it. Uh, but I decided to give it a little more detail. So I grab some more acrylic and I start mixing it in with the gesso that I was using. I ended up using gesso because it's much more opaque than acrylic, so I was able to um, really get her front and center of all that stuff. Uh, and it all really, I end up really, really loving it because it worked out. It was definitely missing something, and I'm glad I came back to it the next day. Because, yeah, I was just adding and adding layers of paint. Oh, goodness. But I found it. I found it what it was meant to be, I guess. Alright, so there's doing it and then there's overdoing it. Of course, I can't leave well enough alone, so I've got to outline her now. I added more gesso and kind of got the figure down the way I wanted it to. Now I'm kind of giving the hair some definition because, you know, she's one of my characters, so of course she's got a lot of hair. Uh, and just, yeah, outlining her, I just really want her to pop. Uh, then this is uh, this is a pen, and I'm so surprised that it did so well because this paper is rough. It is like a piece of plastic at this point, um, and the pen was, you know, was really great. In real life, it's sparkly and it's like a sparkle pop. I think it's what it's called. Little more highlights with that Posca. So well behaved during this project. Have I said that? Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and press that bell so you don't miss a thing. Bye guys.